say no.
Huh?
Caps say no.
Yes, they do. Okay. So we're having a little bit of trouble with sound and stuff. So I'm hoping this is going to be better. Hi, Kelly. It would be great if somebody could say hi when they come on. We started out, hi, Michelle, with the Aliens Exist stamp set. We're going to color this little guide 2 times and then the sentiment to go with it. So I'm just recapping for you guys who are popping on now. Somebody say hi so I can see the comments. This is the background we're going to use. So we're going to play with some colors that'll match that background. I chose my colors on the first video, but it wasn't working, so we restarted, but you'll see them as I go along. We're going to do the window, and we're going to use N0, BG10, and 0. I'll zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see up close. Hopefully you can hear better now. I hope that helped, although I will say that there's been a spike of comments on Facebook saying something's not going right for them, so it could be that. So sorry. BG10 is next. If somebody could let me know if you could hear me, that would be fabulous. I see quietness, all quiet. Must still be having problems. I'm going to keep rolling with it. I hope that you guys will be able to see it. If not, I'll be able to download it for YouTube. I'm so sad because so many people were on the video to start too, so that was pretty cool. So it's a little bit hard to see what I'm doing with the window, but as I color all of the other parts, it will all come together. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it around and do this other little alien guy as well. Hi, Meg. I love it. You can hear it at the moment. I even shut my phone all the way down and back on again. Sounds good for me. Yay! Okay, well, I'm super glad somebody can hear me. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. So I'm starting out, and some of it I'm doing over top of the image underneath, but it won't really matter all that much because we are going to color that in as well. Sounds good, Michelle. Hi, Renska. Yeah, we only have a couple people here because it's just not, Facebook is just not being cooperative tonight. BG10 is next. I'm going a little bit into the alien. I'm okay with that. So we'll be coloring him a different color anyway. He'll just have some color underneath him, so it'll change just a little because he's under the glass. And then I'm going to use the 0 to just blend all of those two colors out and across the entire alien. So we'll start with this, and then we'll wait to do the actual alien until last, so this can dry really good before we get started. So there we go. We have some glass. think I'll start with my purples next. So I have B17, B06, B15, and B12. So we have 4 colors. I don't really pick my colors based on having a certain number of markers. I pick it on the color tone that I want to give the image. So I want these little areas down here to be darkest. So I'm going to go ahead and color those in with the darkest shade, especially on this one because it's stamped. I stamped it a little heavy, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to try B06 next. And I'm going to put it all the way around this little gemstone because I really want that color to show up. That bright lavender purple. And then I'm going to move on to V15. Just going to color like the underside with V15, and then I'll come in with the last color V12 to blend it all together. At least this keeps them quite bright. Hi Sheila. Keeps them in a quite bright purple, which will match the background paper that I chose, so I'm super happy about that. Normally I color these green to go with the alien, but I really wanted to bring in that purple that I picked as the base of my cardstock, which is this one, and they match pretty good. So hey, thanks Sheila. They're so cute, aren't they? I just love them. I think I'm also going to do the round parts of the ship, so like this part and this part down here in the purple, just to give it a little bit more purple design. So I'm starting on the edges and just coloring in a little bit. Yay! These aliens are so much fun. You can do so much with them. V06, especially the other ones that aren't in the spaceship, they're super cool. I see a little bit of glitching going on the screen. I hope it's not messing up for you guys. I have V15 is next, and I don't want to use a whole lot of V12, so I'll use significantly more of V15. I just want the 12 to lighten it just a little bit. Probably not on the underside because you won't see a whole lot of that. Oh, me too. Yeah, the design team knocked this one out of the world for sure. They did so good. So there we go. We have the starts of a purple spaceship. And we're going to make a slimline card tonight, Sheila. That's why we're coloring 2 aliens instead of 1. So now on this one, we want to do the same thing because we really want to bring out that the ships, they're both from the same galaxy. They're just traveling together. You could make this part right here lighter, darker, whatever works best for you. I did do them as like gemstones, but you can color them however you want. I love to see everyone's take on these images. Yay! I'm so glad you're back, Kelly. Okay, so V06, I'm just going around the whole circle with V06 because I want to get that, or the, actually it's a geometric shape, but I'm going to do it in a circular motion. And then V15. And we're just going to touch a little bit, so I'm not going to take both ends off the marker. It won't be open long enough for it to get warm or do any blobbing, so. Oh, that's awesome, Sheila. They'll be perfect if he likes aliens. I plan on using it for my brother, too. Because my brother always watches all those alien shows on TV. Anything that has an alien, he watches it. I'm so glad you like them. It makes me super happy. Alright, so to do the outside of it, the rim of the ship, we're going to do that in this dark purple first. And then we're going to move on to V06, which is a little more of the brighter purple. Oh, you like my marker holder? We sell the 5 marker blend holder in the shop, which looks like this. It just holds your 5 color blend stand and your caps, but my hubby made me a 10, so I didn't have to have 3 of those on, 2 or 3 of those on my desk, so he made me one that holds both for the lives. But when I'm at home and I'm just coloring by myself, I just use one 5 color blend stand. And we have them in different colors in the shop as well. So you have options if you like them. They're super handy and they help you keep up with where you are in the color blend. And I love that. Because if I just lay them on my desk, it's inevitable for me to pick up the wrong one and color too dark or too light. The too light's easy to fix. The too dark is not. If you're doing a girl's face and you pick the shadow color up by mistake, it's painful. Okay, so now we have, I'm going to turn them around. So now we have purple on the ship, and we're going to do the rest of the ship with, you know what, I think I'm going to do his shirt in purple as well. So I think I'm going to flip back to the purple one more time. And I'm going to do his shirt as well. And I'll do it on both of them at the same time, so you don't have to watch me open and close these markers a million times. So I'm going to put him in purple because you guys know I love some purple. V06 is next. And yeah, I'm coloring from both directions, trying to make it easier and less flip-floppy for you guys. V15. And I'll probably stop with V15 and not do the last color ahead, V12, just because he's behind glass and I just want it to be a little darker than the rest of it. Yeah, you couldn't tell by my nails. Wait till you see my hair. My hair is purple too. Hair and it's slightly darker than that color purple. So yeah, I'm all purpled out for sure. T7, 6, 5, 4, 3. If we need to get lighter, we can pull another color. But for right now, these are the ones that I'm gonna roll with. So T7. And I want this part right here, this seam of the ship, to be darker, and the seat that he's using. So I'm going to go ahead and color that on both of them. Oh, I'm so sorry, Michelle. Thank you for trying. Sparkles on a ship like my nails? Oh, yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome. I can probably add some. I can add some to the gemstones. We'll do that here in just a little bit. Just before we cut them out. And I don't have the dies for this one, so I'll have to fussy cut it, but it won't take very long because it's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple cut for me. He's really concentrating on his trip. So T6 is next. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot of a difference. I think it's going to be pretty close to the other color. And since these are such small areas, we may not use very many. We may use just 3 colors, and then we'll use the lighter colors when we get to the ship. I'd like these to stand out just a little bit more, kind of because I imagine them to overlap each other. And the seat's got some shadow because he's sitting on it, so. Aw, thanks, Michelle. Jack will be oh so happy. T5 is next. So this will probably be the last one for this area right here. I'll probably do some skipping around on these colors, on these numbers while I'm doing the ship too. Because I'll want the bottom section to be a little bit darker than the top section so that it'll look like some light is shining on the ship. It is Facebook. Grr. Okay, we're done with those. So now we're going to start with the bottom part of the ship. I will put this up on YouTube so you guys can watch the replay if you want. If you really want to see how to color these guys. Oh, wow. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Must have a lot of traffic on Facebook tonight. Well, we'll make this video a little bit shorter than normal so you won't have to deal with the frustration very long. These little guys are a pretty quick color. Hi, Meg. Thank you so much for popping on. Hopefully you can hear me. We are having a little bit of technical difficulty with Facebook tonight. T6 is next. And when I do T6, I'm gonna extend out from where I put T7 on the bottom of this ship. But I'm also gonna add it to the top of the ship for the shadow colors. And I want to go along the lip of this just to get some darkness underneath. I know, right? Good job, Meg. I want this inside part to be a little bit on the shaded shaded color as well. So I'm going to put some of this one in here. And then just the shadow areas with this color. So now we're going to flip it around and we're going to do the other side, because I think we can do this pretty fast. So we did a little bit here, and we did a little bit here. And then we're going to do a little bit here and here. And then we're going to extend out from where we put this one, the darker color. And I'm going to go under the lip right there just to get some depth. There we go. So we have two guys started. And now we're going to switch to the next color, which is T5. So we're just going to start extending out from where we put that last color, just to fill in some of this space. I'm going to start extending with this one. I'm going to start putting some in here because we want a little bit of shadow where these overlapping parts are. And then extending down here on the bottom because I really want this area to be darker than the top. And start filling in some of this quite a bit, because we won't go through all the colors on this layer. There we go. So now we're going to flip it around and we're going to do the other one same way, or pretty close. It's always hard to completely replicate what you did on the other one, but we'll get close because the theory is the same. So again, I'm going to start doing a little bit here. I want to do a little bit here. And then I'm going to do a little bit up here. Not too much, just a little bit. Hopefully everyone will get to see this that really wanted to, even though Facebook is acting silly tonight. There we go. So we're starting to build in this ship, and I want it to look kind of metal, so that's why we're using these colors, and we're going down to the lower numbers because they have more alcohol in the solution, so it'll start moving the ink around a little bit more, making it look a little more textured. So we're going to finish what's up underneath the glass. I'm going to extend out from where we put the last color. I'm going to start filling this one in pretty good, leaving just a small area to finish up. Touching it a couple of times just to get that color in there. Sometimes I turn off comments and it works better. That is crazy. But yay, at least you'll still get to watch and you'll still get to see what's happening. I don't don't know, they changed the way that you go live now too, so it's all just kind of different. We may come back with the BG10 and go over this whole thing just to give it a little more thought that there's glass over that. But we'll see how it looks in the end. We may need a little bit more. We'll have to check back tomorrow and watch the end. Night, night. Okay, we'll see you later, Kelly. We're filling this part in, like we talked about. I will definitely be back again tomorrow night, so hopefully things will get a little better. But we'll be doing something entirely different tomorrow night. Well, not entirely. Probably still aliens, but hey, something a little different. Okay, T3 is our last color in the combination we chose. We may need to do one more, but we'll have to see how this one plays out. I do a little bit of back and forth just to get a lot more color in the ship. I kind of like that. I'm liking how that's working out. Because we didn't leave a whole lot of space uncolored, it kept this bottom part pretty dark, which I like. I really want it to be more dark. I'm going to go over it one more time just to kind of smooth it out, make it a little more shiny. There we go. And then this one, I'm not going to do quite as much full blending because I want to keep it white a bit lighter right there, so kind of like that. So we'll go along the edges to kind of smooth out the transition between the last color and this color, and then we'll just give it a little swoop in the middle so it stays lighter. I like that. That makes me happy. And do the same thing with this one. Just kind of go over a little bit of it, and then we'll just do the swoop to kind of finish it off. So we'll do the same thing with the other one, and now we have this little silver and purple spaceship, which is amazing. So this one, I'm going to use quite a bit more ink in the same spot. So I want this to be just a little bit darker than the rest. Almost gives it quite a bit of texture down here when you do that. A lot more texture. Same thing as the other one. I'm definitely going along the edge where I stopped with the last color, and then a real quick swoop just to fill in the white that I have left. There we go. So now we have 2 spaceships. Yay! Alright, so now we're going to move on to our green alien. And we have chosen YG67, YG17. You move that over so you can see it. YG25, YG03, and YG21. We won't use a lot of 21, but I definitely want it to show off the yellow-green. So starting with YG67, this one is pretty dark, so I just really want it on the shadowy areas. So definitely right here where his little beep beep antenna. is over his head. And a little bit of the back of his head. And then a little bit down here under his neck. So not a whole lot on this one. Maybe a teeny bit right here because this antenna might also shadow on his head. So a little bit there. Definitely some here. A little bit here. And then just along this back side of his neck. And then the underside of his neck will stay darker. He looks like a panda right now. He does, kind of. My daughter did a play in high school called Space Pandas. So this would be definitely part of that, for sure. I want his antennas to be significantly lighter. So I'm going to wait on coloring much of them at all until significantly later. I'm going to start doing a few of these little brush strokes over this darkest color. There we go. Uh-oh, starting to get his green on. He's cute. He's so much fun to play with. There we go. I think I want to do just a little bit around the outside of his eye. Just to kind of show some depth. So I need to go back and do this one as well. Because I want them to kind of look the same. Moving away from Panda now. This is the true color, the YG25. It's going to be brighter, so get ready for it. So we're going to have to blend just a little bit more to really get a good blend out of that. But it's cute. It's working. And then I'll finish his neck off because his face is covering his neck. We'll make his antenna and the front of his face. Getting his leprechaun on. There you go. Exactly. It's a good color for him. I like to make him green. Jamie colored some aliens in a gray color that was really pretty awesome. I really, really liked how she did that. But in my mind, I always saw them, when I was drawing them, as little green men. So I spent my time coloring them green. I want to do this little one's antenna down here at the bottom. Okay, YG03 will settle it down a little bit, and YG21 will brighten it up. So we'll just keep going. I definitely want to get all the way around his face with this lighter color so it looks more like a rounded face. Finish going around his eye. And I really just want to put that light color right in the front of his face, like there's a whole lot of light in his face. And we'll probably touch it on the side of his face as well. But for now, purple would be great. Purple would be great. I'm just going to go up here and get a little bit more of these little antennas done in this green. And then we'll brighten them up a little bit more with the last color. He's coming along nicely. Okay, we just have one more color. I could just color these aliens in every color, just like a gummy bear. Especially the baby alien. He's so cute. And he could be any color. He would be adorable. And since we have a bit of this yellow green in there, I'm just going to do like an overlay of this color on top of all of that green, just to bring out a little bit of that bright. Rainbow aliens! Well, you know Jamie can do her some rainbow everything. Rainbow aliens! Just like gummy bear, rainbow gummy bears. I did rainbow gummy bears, I think. Probably a YouTube channel on that out there. I mean, a YouTube video on our channel about the rainbow gummy bears I did. There we go. We got us some little aliens. And I kind of think I want to do a little bit of this color down here. I think it'll just, I'm going to do it on the left side for these, and then I'm going to do it on the right side for these. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other one, just so they stand out. You didn't see that video? Oh, it was really cute. I masked them so it looked like they were sitting behind each other. It was super cute. You can probably still find it out on our YouTube channel. There we go. Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to have to go back into our BG10. That's what we did the window with. And I just want to kind of put, I'm just going to sort of swipe over top of my aliens. Just because it's a window and I want it to kind of cover up from the back side. All of the, I want to put that blue in there. There we go. You'll have to look for it. It's super cute. You'll really like it. Okay, let's look at the background that we have for this. So we have these colors, which I think these little aliens are going to look really good on there. But I also need to do this. And I think I want to do it in that orangey color, maybe orange and yellow. So I'm going to pick me out some orange colors real quick. I think I'm going to go with like the Y0704. And then I might put that into a little bit of red on one end, so, and then yellow on the other end. So I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Let's try it. We're going to color it right here because I'm not going to use that. But I think if I started with R17, it could be a little bit of a rainbow word. I start with R17 and go into YR07. That kind of brings the orangey color together. Now YR04 lightens that up quite a bit. And then Y13 I think will do really well with this one. Maybe Y15 would be better. Y13 kind of washes out. Yeah, Y15 will be better. So we'll use these colors, R17, YR07, YR04, and then Y15, and we'll do the aliens exist with that. And we're going to do it in like a full rainbow color, like it'll start and go down. So I think I'll start with the red and move down to the yellow. So you can do these however you want. You can do them this way, going this way, or however you want. But tonight, we're going to start with the red on the top of the word. And we're just going to ombre it down to the yellow. So I think it'll really bring out those colors in that sky. So I started with R14. Now I'm going to go to YR07. And I'm just going to pull from the edge of that red a little bit longer. Kind of want to go a little longer because either I have to add another color or we'll run out of color. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's an alien. Then we'll go to YR04. We are going to need another color in there, but that's okay. We can find one. We have no problems with that. And this just, I just love this look on these. I'm going to go ahead and move this one down into the E as well. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. I hope it'll look awesome when it's done. That is the plan. Then we could just go to another lighter yellow or more of a golden yellow. So we'll try another color after this one. We can test run it. We just need one more color. And I kind of think maybe we'll just go with Y11. It is my favorite and it's really bright. You guys know I like that. Y11 is my favorite yellow color and it'll be much brighter. So we'll just do it this way. Yeah, I like that. Almost looks like it's flames. Well, that came out really cool. I like it. Okay. So, if you guys want to chat real quick while I'm fussy cutting this, I actually didn't get the dies this time because we were low on stock and I wanted you guys to be able to get it, so I have to wait on mine. So, I have to fussy cut, which is okay because, you know, I can fussy cut pretty quick, so. Now, when you get the dies that match this little guy, it cuts out the words as well, so you don't have to fussy cut anything. So that's super great. I usually try to do this part before the live so you guys don't have to wait on it, but it's okay. I got some pretty good scissors going on here. See, not too long. We have one down, 2 more to go. And for this, I'm just going to cut real close to this side. And then I'm going to go around the ship, which shouldn't take very long because it's a fairly easy shape. Now, if we were cutting the alien out, ooh, I might have to do that one before the video because... And we'll add some white, I think, some white gel pen to this glass to really make it look reflective a little bit more. after we get it on the card. And I was thinking we might add, the bling embellishment we'll add is like stars, because they are going to be flying. Hey Mama, it's okay. Facebook's been kind of rough tonight, so everybody's been having problems watching the video anyway, but I'm still here doing it, even though I'm a little frustrated that everybody is having trouble. I'm just going to cut these out like this, because I kind of want some of that to show sort of how I see it. I'm not really sure how the die cuts it, because I don't have the die, but I kind of like this. Most of the time when I guess like this and we get the die, it cuts exactly like I thought it would cut. There we go. See, that one didn't take too long. There's one little alien. We got one more. I'm going to start in the same place so I can follow the same pattern that I did on the last one. It just makes it a little bit easier to do it. Notice how when I cut, I move the paper around with my hand. Less scissor move, more paper move. It just makes it easier that way. It gives you a little more control. So that's pretty helpful. And then you'll notice as I'm cutting, every now and then I'll go off to the side and just cut that off, because that that little tail hanging on there makes it harder to cut. So I usually cut them off when they start getting kind of long, because it makes it easier. Alright, we're just about there. So I was able to talk enough to entertain you guys, hopefully, while you were watching me fussy cut. So I know that's not really fun. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can fast forward if you would like, so that you don't have to watch me cut it out. But if you ever wondered how you would cut this out if you didn't have the dies, this is a perfect example of how you could cut out this without the dies. Personally, I prefer to stick the die in the die cutting machine, or ask Dale to die cut it for me. And that just makes me happy. Oh, your short 9 markers. Well, contact me, Mom, because I need to place an order as well, because my E50 died tonight, or last night. I realized it was messed up. The cap is broken. So that's really bad. So I chose this purple color for my slimline card. I've noticed that I didn't cut it very straight, so I'm going to fix that real quick. Like, I noticed I didn't cut very well. So we'll just put the paper in here and trim up that little lip that was hanging over. I chose a matte for this because I just felt like that while this was really cute. Okay, yeah, call me tomorrow. While I thought this paper was really amazing on this purple, I kind of felt like it was missing just a little bit. So I wanted to put it on this blue and then on the purple, just to kind of give me an extra little bit of love here. And actually, I was just going to mat it regular, but I think I might actually offset them. What do you guys think? Yes? This is some really thick paper I got going on here. But I think, okay, so I was just going to put it on there like this, just like typical. But when I was holding it like this, kind of thought it was different, and I like it. So I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to put some glue. I got my, yes, both colors. Got my Barely Art glue here. I'm just going to apply it. When you apply your glue, it's easier if you touch the paper with it. Less ink, less glue comes out. Even though it looks like I'm putting a lot of glue on there, I'm really not. You don't have any clumps. You don't have trouble with it, you know, making big bubbles or anything. So when I put this on there, I want to kind of catty corner it, if you will. Up on one end, down on the other. So it doesn't have to be lined up in any kind of perfection. It is the galaxy. So I think that's cool. And then we're going to take this and do it a little bit the other way. Not by a lot, but just by a little bit, because I don't want to leave too much blue hanging off. So kind of like that. I think that's pretty cool. It still gives you the background and still looks pretty neat. This paper is really cool, and in case you missed it earlier in the video, I'll show you again in a few minutes where I got this paper, because if you bought these stamps, this paper is amazing for this stamp set. And there's so many different designs that you could pretty much use any one that you want at all. So the papers actually came from this Whimsy designer paper pack. It is slimline and it's called Nebula. It's WSDPS 12. But it has two of all of these designs in it. And I just chose this one. Okay, so there we go. I think we're going to need a little bit of pop-up on this. So I'm going to grab my Sweet Pops real quick, which I just have in a jar. But I was thinking I would put both aliens on here. Like they're just flying through space. And I like that we picked the orangey colors because it really pulls from that side and makes it look pretty darn cool. But I was thinking if we put this one flat and we put this one flat, we can pop this one up. It'll look like they're flying in different levels. Hi, Melanie. So I kind of like that. We colored us two little aliens flying around tonight. And the alien, you might need 3 of them. I might need 3. Well, then I got to put stars and stuff on there. So I thought about 3 of them because of the rule of thirds or whatever. But I thought 3 was too many with the sentiment. So I kind of like it too. It's like they're buddies flying around together. We got 2 little pals flying the galaxy. It's him and his bestie. That'd be like me and Jamie flying around in the galaxy together. Me and my bestie. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay. And you can put these in there like however you want. I don't know. I just randomly put them in there, but I'm going to have to cut one to go on each side. So I'm going to use my little tape scissors here. I'm going to cut me 2. And then the little remaining pieces that I have, I'm going to cut the little remaining piece that I have, I'm going to cut that one more time. You can cut these as small as you want. So I can put one on each side. I'll show you. If I can get a hold of it. These nails are getting just a little bit too long for me. But I wanted to put them like right here so they have some kind of depth on the little bit of stuff coming out the bottom of the ship. He stuck to my finger. Did you see that? Put this one on there, and then I have that one other one that I cut that I'm going to put on the other side. Okay, and that should get me enough pop-up. I like to touch them and make sure there aren't any spaces that hang over a whole lot. And it does kind of feel like the top sort of smooshes down a little bit. So I'm going to cut a little piece off the corner of my Sweet Pop and use that. I love it, Cheryl. These little aliens are so cute. You guys are so good at finding those little memes and things. I am not very good at that, honestly. But I was going to use the stencil on this so you could see the moon like they were flying around the moon. But the problem is that I haven't played around with glossy paper. And this paper feels really glossy, and I wasn't sure that it would hold the ink very well. And I didn't want to mess up the card once I colored the cute little alien. So I'll have to play with that. We'll have to test that another time when we get our colors out and see if we can do it on this paper. So now he's popped up a little bit. And then we're going to put our aliens exist on here. I like to use these little tweezers. They're fairly inexpensive on Amazon, and you can get a whole set of them, so super handy. They help me a lot. Now, we did say that we were going to put a little bit of sparkly on his ship, so I'm going to grab, oops, that one still has, I'm going to grab my sparkly gel pen, which is right here. It's a jelly roll. It's jelly roll, and it's just the clear sparkle, so it just kind of does a little bit of a shimmer. And so we're going to put that on these little stone areas right here. I think it'll make them stand out a little bit. You can still see the purple through them, but they're definitely shimmery, and I kind of like that. You don't have to put a whole lot. A thin layer is fine. If you want it even less, you just touch it with your finger when it's wet and it'll come off. We could have put gemstones on there as well. So you have lots of options. We're going to use our white gel pen real quick. We're just going to put a little bit of like glass reflection here, and maybe kind of down the glass a little bit. Just to kind of give it, you probably can't see that very well. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Make it a little bit thicker so you can see it a little bit better. But I'm just putting a little bit of this white gel pen so that it looks a little bit more like glass. And then I'm going to use my Pear Blossom Press stars. I have some stars here. So in here I have red stars, which we could use, or I have blue stars. I'm not crazy about the red. The blue might look nice. The blue stars are pretty good. Or I have white stars. I kind of like the white. What do you guys think? What do you think, Dale? The white or the blue or both? Maybe the blue. Let's go with the blue. I usually use the white, so let's use the blue this time. think I'm going to put 5 of them on there just because I think they're super cute. And there's plenty of space. We'll just make them look like they're kind of swimming along the sky. So I'm going to just use my glue to stick them down because these are Pear Blossom Press and they're made to kind of be able to see through the lights. They look a little white right now, but when they dry, you can't see the glue at all. So that's super cool. And then I just lift these up, stick a dot of glue, and then stick this on top. And then, oops, and I usually hold it down with my espresso, like that, just to give it some pressure there. I'll hold it for a second so it sticks. This one's not sticking. Maybe I didn't have enough glue, or maybe it dried before I got it on there. Okay, here we go. One more time on this one. Press it down, hold it. Okay, and then we're going to put a little bit here. If I had purple stars, you know I'd be using them. A little bit on this one. I will have to cut a paper for my insides because I don't have papers cut in slimline for the inside. And I love my little honey bowl that holds all my fancy things. I don't have to dig for them. They're right here on my desk. They're easy access. Shameless plug there. So here we go. This is what we got. We started out with our Aliens Exist stamp set. We used this one and this one. We'll use these later because you know I got to use them all. And this is what we got. We got some little buddies, some little besties flying through space and telling everybody that aliens exist. There's a little bit of shimmer down there, so we had to put some sparkle. I hope you can see it. So it sparkles like my nails. Isn't that just the cutest? And it was so simple and didn't take that long to do. So I really like it. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. That paper pack is super awesome. I mean, seriously, I was so glad I had it. I mean, you could use it for so many things, but it's absolutely perfect for this, for these little aliens. So I hope you guys like that. I'm so sorry for the struggles with the live tonight, but it will be on YouTube, so if you want to watch it again to color your little aliens, please feel free. I will probably darken the eyes a little bit more and put some more white gel pen on there just to make those eyes stand out. But other than that, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 9:30, same place. Hopefully we'll have better luck, and see you then. Good night.